Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Well, it's the weather's okay. It's not sunny today. It's going to be pretty cloudy. Slight chance of rain, but I don't think we'll probably see it today, at least not here. But temperature-wise, it's nice. It's been pretty warm this week, above average temperatures, and then we'll probably have some more storms. But hey, that's that time of the year. It's what we have to deal with. I have been kind of on a theme for the last several days, for the most part. And part of that theme is that I think that there's a pretty good indication the strong indication that there is a plan that has been put into place to cause so much chaos over the next 6 months or so that it would lead to some type of civil war, maybe breakdown, something. And we're watching the puzzle pieces being put into place. These pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas protests, I think, are a big part of that. The illegals being, shoved through the border, unlawfully. All of this kind of stuff is just, I think, I think it's all of a plan to try to destroy us from within, and it seems like it's picking up speed. There's more information. This news originally broke several weeks back, actually a few months ago, so it's not new in that sense. But there's been more details come out about this program that the White House, the Biden administration, has been doing over the last couple of years, of flying illegals directly from the country that they're in to said city here in the United States. So they don't have to walk the hundreds of miles or a few feet to the next bus that takes them to the border, or anything like that. They just jump on a plane and they get flown into the United States, into a particular city, and they're here. There's been recorded over 200,000 of those cases, but there's about 1.5 million that are on the waiting list to be brought in that way. So that's wonderful. I mean, I don't know what world we live in to where even anyone would think that that's just normal and that's okay. But that's the White House, that's the Biden administration, that's the people that are trying to destroy the world that we live in. Also yesterday, the Biden White House indicated that they might be accepting, or that we as a nation might be accepting some of the Palestinians out of Gaza as refugees. That there could be a place for who knows how many. No one knows because they haven't said, but it could be thousands, tens of thousands, millions, who knows, that could be flown from the Gaza Strip into the United States. Now, taking that and the illegals that are pouring across the border, and the crimes that's increased and the diseases that's been spread. I know that it's funny. On one hand, the news media says that's fake news, that there's no diseases being spread by the illegals coming across the border, but yet on the other hand, they'll report that certain diseases that we haven't seen in America for years are popping up. But anyways, so we've got the possibility of the Palestinians from Gaza being shipped over here. We've got illegals pouring into the country and being shipped here, and these pro-Palestinian protests, that is such a mouthful. They are really ramping up. They're in numerous cities. Riots have been officially declared in New York. There's been lots and lots of violence. There's just too much to mention in one video. Most of you have kind of kept up on it and seen it, but it's definitely getting to that level of BLM Summer of Love 2020. It's getting to that level. And the amount of people involved and the amount of places that it's involved in is certainly continuing to grow. And it's just getting to that level where there's just so much violence, and it's like it's about ready to really explode. And so we take that with the Palestinians from Gaza that they're wanting to ship in, and the illegals that are coming in, And this H5N1, you know, in the video that I released yesterday evening, I had said, it's so ironic, because that video that I released yesterday evening, I had recorded it the day before, okay? So keep that in mind. And I said that I would guess that the next thing that they're going to do on the H5N1 is they're going to start testing beef, not dairy, beef. They've already been testing dairy and saying that the H5N1 bird flu is in dairy. I said, I bet they'll be testing beef. And sure enough, yesterday, USDA came out and said that they're going to start testing beef samples in the United States for H5N1 bird flu. So we've got the possibility, and there's been a few scientists say that that virus, and I'm just using the official, you know, I understand. I'm not even convinced that viruses, at least in that sense, exist, but that's another video. Anyways, they're saying that this particular H5N1 is just, it's on the cusp, on the verge of making the full transmission or transition or whatever the proper term is into humans. That there are several cases now, human cases in Texas, that work on dairy farms, people that work on dairy farms, that they're testing, and they believe that that's what they have, H5N1. So it's, you know, that's happening. Massive protests are happening. I mean, it's like 2020 all over again. And then we've got illegals, which is a new, I mean, we had illegals in 2020, but not to the level that we're having now, where they're pouring across the border. You know, the crime from that is way higher than it was in 2020. Crimes across the border, across the line, that's all considerably worse. The economy is just in a rough spot right now. I mean, it's in a rough spot because we're collapsing. I mean, the economy is going down. Inflation is at levels that we've never seen before. Don't believe this 3%, 4% garbage. That's a year over year, and those are very, very modified numbers, to say the least. You know, the inflation, real inflation is, you know, 15, 18, 20%. People can't afford anything anymore. They can't afford to just buy simple groceries. Housing costs are just unattainable for a huge swath of Americans. So, you know, you're putting all this stuff together. You step back and you start to see the whole picture, like I've spoken of so many times on here before, and you're watching a clear path of destruction, a clear path of collapse. And with all of this recent stuff that's being added in, these ingredients, that's what they are. These are all like ingredients. We're cooking up a big pot of something. And so the protests, the Gaza, people from Gaza being shipped in, all of this stuff, it's just more ingredients that's just going to make things explode. And I think that we're in for the next several months. It's going to be pretty rough. There was a news article yesterday from a farmers association warning people that food supply issues are up on the horizon. That the way things are going from their end as far as producers to beware of food problems. That was the video that I released yesterday. We were talking about that, of how critical it is to produce your own food. I think that like I said, the next few months, we're going to be in for a real bumpy road. And you need to be ready for that. You know, right now is, maybe for some of you, it may seem really bad. Maybe it is really bad in your life. But I have this feeling that right now we're in a little bit of a lull. And I've talked about these lulls for several years. You know, we've had 6 months ago or so, or whatever, we had, you know, the Israeli thing, invasion and all that kind of stuff. You know, a week or so ago, we almost had World War III between Iran and Israel. The Russia-Ukraine conflict kind of slowed down, it seemed like, for a little bit. And I think that we're kind of in that little bit of a lull right now, so to speak, but we're at the tail end of it, and it's about ready to just explode. I don't know how else to explain this. This is, I know, confusing, but not as clear as mud. But I'm telling you, I think we're about ready to come out of that, and maybe some of you have kind of relaxed and taken a break and maybe gone on vacation, and well, things have, slowed down a little bit. It's not quite as bad. I don't think that's going to be that way much longer. And so I'm just warning you. I could be wrong, but I'm warning you. And I think that you need to be taking advantage of this moment by stocking up on food, stocking up on garden seeds, stocking up on ammunition, making sure you've got the tools and the things that you need. What projects are you doing this year on your homestead? I would advise trying to make sure that the projects are very critical ones. If you're doing a project that it's just for fun or aesthetics, but yet there's this other project over here that you need to do for survival, I'd pick the one for survival, because you may not have many more seasons to just do projects willy-nilly. We may be getting close to survival mode. And so you need to be getting yourselves prepared, folks. It's time to get your houses in order and to prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.